I wanted to introduce a couple people. First of all, there's Mary Hulst is with us. She's a chaplain at Calvin College in Michigan. And she is, who's from Michigan? Anybody? All right, 3. And so it's wonderful to have her with us. And she's going to be talking to us later in the conference and maybe a little tonight about what it's like to work with young people. She has written a book called A Little Handbook for Preachers, published by InterVarsity Press. And that's due because she was a senior pastor for many years and now a chaplain at Calvin College. And then I want to introduce to you Tim Ross, who is the senior pastor of a wonderful multi-ethnic, multi-generational church in Irving, Texas, Embassy City Church. And we met Tim, his wife Juliet, and your spouse Mary is Drew, somewhere in the second row over there. Fantastic. And we are so thrilled that both of them are here. So are we ready yet? Come on up, Tim and Mary. Why don't you be in the middle, Mary? Tim, you can be on the far side. How's that? Well, it's so great to have you all with us. And wow, Irving, Texas, that's the home of the Dallas Cowboys, is it not?
It used to be.
Used to be. Where are they?
They are in Arlington, Texas now.
Arlington, Texas. And by the way, there was a press conference here at the convention center earlier today, and the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams are coming here to play in Hawaii in August. Isn't that amazing? There are not a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans here. That was kind of a weak, wimpy cheering, but you were in California, in Monrovia, California for a while, were you not?
I was born and raised in Southern California in a city called Inglewood.
Inglewood, LA Laker area.
2 blocks from the Great
Forum?
Western Forum.
Wow. And who's your football team now?
The Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders.
Soon
Of course.
to be the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's right.
The 9th island.
I'm sorry, what'd you just say?
Las Vegas? Did I get that right? Yay!
And Mary, you are in Calvin College. Many of us don't know anything about Calvin College. So how big is it? And
Sure.
Where is it in Michigan and all that?
Calvin College is a liberal arts college that's located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And any Michigander knows you just carry your map with you. This is Michigan. And Grand Rapids is here. So Detroit is over here. Grand Rapids is over here. Lake. Yeah. So it's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We've got 3,400 students. We have everything from engineering programs to Japanese programs to nursing programs to master's degrees. And it's a Christian college that welcomes hard conversations. And I love to be in the center of that.
Great. And you have a booth here at
Yes,
in the exhibit area.
we do have a booth here.
So drop by
check
and
it out. Grab a pen. They're free.
All right, all you teenagers, check it out. See if that might be God's will for you, and that might be very
I'm sure
cool.
it is.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Being a Calvinist, I can be very, very sure about these things. Theology joke. Theology joke.
So we'll start with you first, and then we'll move to Tim. You obviously work with a lot of young people. You're going to be telling us about Millennials later as in a plenary session. Both of them are plenary speakers. You're going to do some seminars on that. And Millennials have been getting a bad rap. People think they're, all they can think about is love, sex, and marriage, or something like that. And is that true?
Yeah, we joke that young people want to know about sex, the end times. Will there be sex in the end times? Those are the questions. So my preaching has a bit of a rhythm to it. Those are the things that I try to address regularly.
That's funny.
And true, also.
Some of them are finally getting the joke in the 30th row. So when we talk about kingdom come and young people, what will it take to motivate them to say, hey, the kingdom of God is here already, and how do we get them involved in Jesus, but also in the movement of kingdom come?
Yeah, I think it's about ourselves living out the vibrancy of what it means to follow Jesus Christ. They will do what they see us doing. So if we're all in and we're committed and we're doing our best, they're going to be drawn to that. They're also drawn to people who are willing to have hard conversations, to talk about the doubts, to talk about the polarized culture and how we as Christians move toward problems and not away from them. And the more we show in our churches that we're willing to have hard conversations, that we're willing to do the hard work of what it means to be reconciled to each other, whether that's across race or across political difference or whatever it is, they're going to be drawn to that. They're going to be drawn to people who say the gospel matters for every area of life.
Great, great. Tim, kingdom come, kingdom living, huge theme in your life. Why is that a huge theme in your life?
We planted a church 3.5 years ago called Embassy City Church. We all consider ourselves ambassadors on behalf of the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom is a place. We're asking for what has happened up there to come down here. Everybody do like this. Now do like this. Do it again, do like this. Now do like this. One more time, like this. Now do like this. That's all we're asking for every day. When we say we want the kingdom to come, we're asking everything that's up there to come down here and be manifest through our lives. And so if we really take that and embody that as ambassadors on behalf of another kingdom, we really start to see ourselves as people that bring the kingdom literally at hand to others. When Jesus said the kingdom of God is at hand, he was being very literal. He's like, it's right here. Just shake my hand. Or hug me. It doesn't matter, right? And so if we all see ourselves as ambassadors of the kingdom of heaven, everywhere we go, there the kingdom is. And then you're not praying for your neighbor like, oh, Jesus, my neighbor is crazy, please get them. And Jesus is like, go over there. They're like, no, you get him, Jesus. He's like, I can't get him unless I get him through you. So go over there. You're like, oh, you want me to do something? Yeah, because I've already done everything. So, yeah.
So, I'll ask you, Tim, first, and Mary, get ready for this. But obviously, there are challenges to get people to agree with what you just said, to be persuaded in a post-Christian, postmodern society. How do we reach people with that message?
Keep it simple, right? Like, the love of Jesus is amazing. There are a lot of hard questions that people want to answer, that they want answers to. Answers are completely different from a debate. I'm not trying to debate anybody. The truth is the truth. And your perspective is your perspective, and I'll honor it. I just don't have to agree with it. And if we disagree, that doesn't mean I'm anti. And if you call me anti, I'll call you a liar. Because disagreement doesn't equal anti. Anti means against. Disagree means that I have a differing perspective than you do. And so I disagree with a lot of people, but I love them. And then they love me back because I'm obnoxious. I just won't let anybody get away with hating me. When they walk away, they'll feel bad. And I'll be like, boy, I love you so much. So as just as Bob was just saying before he went and jumped on his helicopter to go to Afghanistan, my life is clearly not that important. I'll be here till Monday. I just really believe that our assignment is to meet people right where they are and listen. We have 1,000 more sermons than we have conversations with people. And people need we owe it to them to converse and not just sermonize. So I don't know if I answered the question.
But that's hard for a lot of Christians, right? We don't know how to listen, and we like to be the Bible answer man or Bible answer woman.
Yeah. So can I give you like 3 words that will revolutionize like your conversations with people? Yeah. I'm gonna give you the acronym first, and I think y'all should know it. IDK. I don't know. It is like for a believer to like get thrown like a hard question, and you go, I don't know the answer to that. I'm still trying to figure out some stuff. I know a little bit about Deuteronomy and some more about John, but I don't know when he's coming back. Don't ask me that. Right? You can have sex to the end times because he gonna come back at the end of time. You might be having sex when he comes back. I don't know. If you say I don't know to like an atheist or an agnostic, they'll be like, you're the first believer that ever said I don't know to me. And then their walls come down and you'll be like, okay, so do you love me then? And they're like, only you though. I hate the rest of them, but you're different.
But it has to do with authenticity then, right? To say I don't know,
Absolutely.
They're finally finding a follower of Jesus who's authentic.
Absolutely. That's what it's about.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, Mary, what are the challenges?
Yeah, the challenge is building off this is relationship. It's about relationship. And most of us probably weren't brought into the kingdom by someone on a street corner yelling. And the street corners of the 21st century are, the World Wide Web and all that stuff. Like, we're rarely brought in through argument. We're rarely brought in through alienation or someone just yelling at us and saying, your life would be so much better, right? It's like anyone who's trying to get you to do their diet, right? They're like, the whole 30, you must do the whole 30. And you're like, no, I don't want to. And it's that kind of thing, like if someone comes at you hard, but if someone loves you already and says, I'm living a different way and I'm so excited about, let me tell you about what this is doing in my life. Let me tell you about what it's doing in my relationships. Let me tell you about this. And if it comes out of relationship, then it just builds and builds and builds, which means we have to cultivate relationships with non-believers or people who've left church, who've been wounded by church, and to be able to say to them, we get how the church hurts people. I'm guessing that most of us in this room get that more than a lot of people because we've felt it, we've seen it, maybe we've been part of it. We know how the church hurts people. Can we be honest about that? Can we be honest about the fact that we don't know? Can we be honest about the fact that we don't always get it right? I love Bob's transparency to say, I'd love to be able to say I surrender all, but I know my heart. And I'm not. That kind of authenticity, that kind of relationship, that's where the gospel just can take root and bear fruit.
And just to kind of close out, what is one thing that really excites you that you would want to share with us?
One thing?
Or 1.5 things.
1.5 things. She told me to say Jesus.
That's always the answer. That's always the answer.
It's her answer too.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it for both
I'll
of you?
also say, as somebody who works with the rising generations, Millennials and Gen Z, I love young people. I love them. I'm excited about the future of the church, and I can't wait to talk to you about it.
That's amazing. One last thing. You said you really like nerds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nerds rule the world.
Yeah, why is that?
Why do nerds rule the world?
Yes. Why do you like...
How many people in here have a cell phone? If you have a cell phone, lift it up. Come on, real quick. You have a cell phone. Real high. Unless you don't have on good deodorant, then halfway. But you have real high? Nerds built this. Your life is ran by nerds. And if you still have a rotary phone, we'll pray for you.
There it is. So if you want to hear them later talk about nerddom being phenomenal and Mary talking about sex in the end times, It's great that you got to know them. Let's give a warm aloha and mahalo to them as Brandon comes on up.